Our Kevin Torres is in Boston with the latest.
Nobody could have expected anything like this. This is the staging area, and a block away from here is where the explosions occurred. I've been out here since 3:30 in the morning Mountain Time, and since then we've seen a higher police presence as well as a blockade, plus a lot of wind gusts that are really making issues difficult. You can see what National Guardsmen and police officers and everybody else is having to deal with out here.
Kevin now is on the ground in the city of West Texas.
If you see in that video, you're going to notice that the structures are not sound, and that's really what is hampering efforts here as local and federal investigators try to find more victims. You're talking about those numbers and how they continue to change. When we left the newsroom, it was 10 confirmed dead, 39 injured, one thing. Obviously, they have a suspect in custody now, which is the good news, but so many people were dressed up in costumes out here at this movie theater. But take a look over here. We want to give you a good look.
This dude, he was in front of the theater when it all happened.
Can I talk to you for a second? Were you in the theater at the time?
Not in the theater, I was right out front meeting up with a couple of my friends, and that's when we heard all the crazy stuff start going on.
Just over here a short time ago, we're not going to go too far past the tape, but they did allow us to go over here, and this is going to allow us to get a better view of sort of what's going on where the movie theater lets out. Oh, it sure is. When we got here around 3 o'clock in the morning, a completely different scene than it is now. I want to show you, though, because this is the best view that we've had to the theater. We got pretty close up here. Authorities have let us literally just on the sidewalk across from the theater. That's a Century 16 theater. You hear that noise? I'm going to be quiet for a second and just listen into this noise. That alarm. That's the alarm that has been going off since around 1 o'clock in the morning. Light up, but I got to tell you something. This was not like this when I got here about 45 minutes ago. And actually, as I'm talking right now, Rico, if you can kind of zoom in over there, we have two aircraft coming in right now, which are actually, we've seen these two planes come in about 15 or 20 minutes ago. And as you can see, they'll continue to go through that plume of smoke right there. And in a minute, we're probably going to lose them as they go over the flat irons. But
that it looks green, but in fact it's pretty crunchy.
That sure is. In fact, I'm going to have Rico pan down a short time because it looks green like you said, Mark, but when you actually listen to it, that's what we're walking on.
Our Kevin Torres is joining us now live from the Westview Recreation Center. Kevin, we understand you have new information.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I have a lot of new information that I learned within the last 5 minutes. A lot of questions that you folks have been asking overnight and through the morning hours. So we begin now with that area where the little girl disappeared. Jessica lives on Morris Street here in Westminster. Her mother works the overnight shift. So she gets home around 7:30 in the morning, and around 8:30 in the morning, she sees her daughter off to school. Well, for whatever reason, they are certainly paying close attention to this area. We're told by Jefferson County as well that this will be a very active scene throughout the night. In fact, we saw, gosh, I think about an hour ago, those heavy lights that they bring in, they're going to plug in, and this whole area will be lit up throughout the night. Exactly, Adele. According to the person who I talked to who lives in this area and goes biking up and down the area, said earlier today around noon, he saw officers scouring through that area, and within an hour's time, FBI soon followed. What I just learned in the last 10 to 15 minutes from Arvada Police is that this road will be closed down throughout the night. Oh my goodness, those are gusts, and I mean, they just keep on like pushing stuff around. I mean, listen to this thing over here. I mean, it just keeps on going up and down, and that's what we've been hearing all day long. There are more than a dozen inaugural balls going on tonight around the nation's capital, featuring some of the top celebrities from Hollywood. In fact, folks from around D.C. are jokingly calling it political Hollywood just for this weekend and, of course, today. That is the latest from the nation's capital. In Washington, I'm Kevin Torres, 9 News.